Hello everyone, welcome to the When at Work podcast. You're with your host Julian Leahy. Today I'm joined by the fantastic guests Jennifer Blake, Nedko, Nedkov and Scherrie Prince. Oh, don't forget guys, Collabpalooza is coming up. Create 32 pieces of content every week. The link is in the description. Welcome to the show. Guests, let's have a round of applause for our guests. Hopefully there's some applause playing. You never know with these things. And we had a bit of a chat. They know we're going to play Jeoparty. They're not sure how good they're going to be at it, but that doesn't matter. All right, we're going to kick things off with Jennifer. Let me just read the categories. Presidential dogs, which are obviously famous dogs of presidents. Music. Recent movies. Sounds like a letter. Colors. And get to the point. Jennifer being in the left position, what would you like?
I'll take sounds like a letter for 200.
Sounds like a letter for 200. Let's take a look. For what possible cause or reason asking for a friend? And by the way, go back to your browser and buzz in if you know the answer. One little detail that might have helped if I had told you earlier. The question is why? Let's go on to the next one. Do you manage to have your browser open?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So who's in control now? All right. We'll go with Nedko now.
Right. So recent movies for 200?
Movies for 200. Recent movies. Rosario Dawson moves into the title domicile in this 2023 film based on a Disney attraction. Buzz in if you've got the answer. Rosario Dawson. Very attractive Dominican, I think, lady. What film was she in? Disney film.
Ah, yeah.
The Haunted Mansion. All right, we'll just keep going through to the next one, and we'll give each person a turn. I can't remember what we're supposed to do. All right, next question. Scherrie, what would you like?
Give me recent movies for 400.
Recent movies for 400. I'm Shamik Moore as Miles Morales in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I'm relaxing at home unmasked when I get a surprise visit from this spider-powered woman voiced by Haley Steinfeld. Who's the spider-powered woman in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? I think my kids will know this one. Buzz in if you know. I don't think anybody knows. Let's pass that question. GWEN. Spider-Gwen. Okay, let's go back to Jennifer Blake. Somebody's going to get a right one coming up. What would you like, Jennifer?
Okay, colors. Let's do colors for 200.
Colors for 200. The circle with the white F for Facebook is this color because Mark Zuckerberg is red-green colorblind. The circle with... What color is the circle? The circle with the white F is this color. Well, Facebook... Blue! It's incredible. Nobody even knows what color Facebook is. That's how out of date Facebook is. All right, let's go to Nedko. What would you like?
Okay, let's try music for 200.
Music for 200. Music for 200. We're having technical issues. How about you pick something else, Nedko? 400.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no, this is not good. What's going on?
I think I got the last one right. Blue for 200.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Today I just tried a new software to do this and nothing's working. So we're going to have to wrap the game up. This is going to be a fail, but we have those sometimes on this podcast. Anyway, let's talk to Jennifer. Jennifer, the interesting thing is today we've got a sales expert, a marketing expert, and a business law expert. As the sales expert, Jennifer, tell us about your journey and how you became a sales trainer.
Yeah, so I have sold things from a very young age, since I was 5 years old. Really, I loved making sales. And I would sit outside the supermarket when my grandma would go inside and sell custom-made bracelets. And I realized that people didn't care about the colors that I had chosen. They wanted their colors, their team colors, their sports colors, whatever. And it made me become a consultative salesperson from a very young age. And then eventually did sales my whole life, sales management. And now I teach women entrepreneurs how to make more sales.
So you mostly focus on women, which always is a good idea to niche down. And what are some of the problems that women have with selling that you find?
Well, I find I work with a lot of online coaches and service-based business owners, and I find that they're hesitant to ask for the sale. So you'll have a really great discovery call and find out everything about the other person and feel like you're BFF. And then it's like, I have clients that'll say to me, I had this great call and then there was no sale. And I'm like, well, how did you ask for it? They're like, I didn't. Oh, okay. So asking for the sale is a really simple thing that can change the game. I also find that they say, like, I'll follow up with a proposal. And then the proposal is really long and tedious, and they're asking for the proposal to do the selling for you, when really, you can just have a conversation.
Yes, I have seen people myself try to, give too much information when really just that, like you said, asking for the sale is really probably would be enough to break it through. But we have we feel a bit yucky asking for the sale at times. Tell us about one of the most difficult sales you had to make and what lessons you learned from it, Jennifer.
Well, I don't know that this is the most difficult, but the thing that comes to mind immediately was one of my first big sales. I was working in a retail clothing store, and I was faced with a difficult decision because the girl that I was helping tried on this dress, and this was, I don't even know, maybe 20 years ago. She tried on this dress, and it was like a $600 or $700 dress. And in my head, I'm already counting my commissions because I'm young and, that's what I cared about at that time. And my manager calls me over and she says, Jen, don't you dare let that girl buy that dress. And I'm like, what? But it's oh, you disappeared. Are you still there?
That's all right. Continue on.
Oh, okay. But the commissions, it's such a great sale. And she's like, no, she's going to go home. She's going to show her friends this dress. They're going to say, where on earth did you get that? Never shop there. And she's going to return it. We're a local boutique and we rely on repeat business. I said, okay. So I go over to the girl and the client, and I said, hey, I think I might have something better for you. And I found a dress that would be more flattering and actually less expensive. And she loved it. And she became a customer for my lifetime at that store. And so what it taught me is, it's easy to think short term, but that's where sales gets a bad name. And so part of my teachings is to help people understand, when you think long term and you think relationship instead of transaction, then you can begin to really sell from your heart instead of, being self-centered.
That is a big one for a lot of people, just thinking short term, as you said, but you're constantly peddling if you are just a transactional person. But if you can build those relationships and start getting referrals and all that, obviously a better way to go. What I was going to ask you is probably some of the biggest fears that people have, things they don't know is the best way to handle rejection, and how do you know when to stop following up, Jennifer?
Okay, follow-up is a hard one because I want your buyers. So you shouldn't have to follow up too much. If you're doing the right marketing online and right messaging online, then you're creating attraction in a way that people actually want to buy from you. But I believe that if it's a high ticket sale and it's like not a course sale, right, or some sort of launch for a program, but if it's a high ticket sale where you're going to do customized work and you believe in your heart of hearts that you can really help the person, then I believe you shouldn't give up on them. You should continue to follow up on them until you feel that you've exhausted all of the possibilities of working with them. And then when faced with rejection, I just look at rejection as so like the word is no, which is NO. I look at that as next opportunity. Okay, like so what? So when someone tells me no, I say yes. I know it takes me 3 no's to get to a yes, and you're my first no today. So thank you. And they're like, what? They're so taken aback by that. But it's part of just building up that resiliency factor and not letting it impact you in any slightest bit.
Yes, very helpful advice, very helpful in sales. Just don't try that in your dating life. That's my tip for the punters out there. And Jennifer, how is the best way to get in touch with you? On your website, jenniferblake.co?
My website's under construction. The best way right now is to connect with me on Instagram. I am Jennifer Blake. It's literally the username. I am Jennifer Blake.
Oh, gotcha. I am Jennifer Blake. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, for giving us that great information and bearing with us as we had a bit of a fail on the game. Thank you, Jennifer Blake.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can find our podcast marketing expert, Netco. There he is. Welcome, Netco.
Hello.
And
Hi.
you've had
Julian.
lots of experience in all sorts of marketing and tech startups and everything. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your journey, Netco?
Sure. So I started like more than 15 years ago with SEO outsourcing for Google rankings. I was just freelancing for different clients. And then over time, I started more to learn about paid advertising. Then I started with my first startup. That's why I've got into startups marketing over the years. And during COVID, we pivoted from websites advertising marketplace to podcasts advertising marketplace, because it was really a medium that was very, very, very interesting. And I was listening a lot to podcasts, and then I figured also there is no Google, so it's an opportunity for us to grow. And also I've seen that it's very fragmented market, you can say, like different kind of monetization can be really improved for sure for podcasts, and also matching between advertisers, brands, and podcasts will really there is a really place to improve for sure. And we've figured out that we try to help to podcasts to really list their ad sponsorships offerings like publicly on our website. So it's super simple for advertisers then to find the most relevant by niche, by
so that's
search.
Podvertise FM you're talking about. So can you just briefly tell us how that works? So just, as someone with a podcast, what would be the benefit of me using Podcast FM?
Yeah, so you come to podvertise.fm. It's there is a marketplace.podvertise.fm, which is the marketplace where the podcasts register, and then they list their ad offering or sponsorship. Usually, we are trying to help mostly right now as initial market with host read ads, because it's really a great way for promotion also for the advertisers, but it's also very
is that where the host that reads and promotes your product on their show? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, you literally list like your offer with details about downloads, audience, and then pricing, and the advertiser can find it easily by keyword or by category search, and then they can directly message you. You have email communication, email notifications. So you literally, this is on the right top spot, podcast ads marketplace. You can click it, and then there is a register button for podcasts, and we then the advertiser is researching and finding the offers where to place the ads, and it's literally it's host read ads is our initial market, which is when the podcast is actually promoting or reading about some advertiser, some brand, or some whatever message.
And I'd imagine the advertisers would be wanting podcasts of a certain size. How many downloads and listens do you need to have before you should consider advertising?
Well, actually, that is one thing that we've seen as really something that is missing on the market, because a lot of marketplaces and ad networks really have like minimum of 5,000 downloads or some even more, and we figure out that it's better to actually open it. Like, for example, if you know Fiverr, it's like it started from $5-10 offers, and now it's scaled to much bigger offers. So we kind of open it for everyone to register and list, and of course after that the advertiser will decide they can filter by downloads, but it's really open for everyone marketplace. We don't have like limitations
Awesome.
on our site.
And so that's podvertise.fm if you want to start earning money with your podcast, or if you want to find some podcasts to go on and help you sell your products. That's the best way to do it. And what social media is the best to get in touch with you, Nedko?
Sure. So I'm on LinkedIn most of the time because B2B, we're trying to work with marketing agencies, with brands to bring advertisers for the podcasts we work with. So you can find my LinkedIn and icon in the podvertise.fm, or you can find me as Nedkov.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Nedko. And we're going to have a chat to Scherrie now, who's hidden away. There's a bit of a blackout or something over there. Just kidding. Welcome, Scherrie. And tell us about the world that you work in, which is asset protection. And why do we need to worry about this?
Well, I help entrepreneurs merge their estate plan with their business plan. And I wouldn't say you have to worry about it, but it's something that definitely needs attention. There are so many of us that are creatives, and we are great making widgets. We're the best widget makers in our area, but we don't necessarily, or we may not necessarily, be dialed into legacy planning and a succession plan for our business. So I just really help entrepreneurs dial in on those things so that they can continue to be creative and scale their businesses.
Yes, it's there's a lot of questions that come up when it's time, when you're getting a little bit older and you're thinking, who am I going to hand this off to? What are some of the problems that come up with succession planning?
Oh, wow. Now, one thing that I'm seeing a lot more of people that may be in blended families or be on second or subsequent marriages, just really forgetting to update their estate plan and the transfer of business assets. So it's one of those things that you may have started, but you don't think about it on a regular basis. So I tell people to, look at your asset protection plan like you look at wellness. So when you plan to get a wellness check once a year to get a physical, also do that with your business. And I just take people through the steps so that they can, keep their business healthy, but also protect their personal assets in the event that something bad happens in the business, so that their family's taken care of.
Yeah, you don't want to have a big sort of brawl on your hands with you want to have everything clear, which is why we need lawyers, isn't it? Can you share a specific example from your experience that highlights the importance of asset protection and estate planning, Scherrie?
Oh, definitely. I'm from a small town in Mississippi, and I still live in Mississippi, but there was a family that had a family business. Now, the mother, being the matriarch of the family, she basically ran the business. Everyone around town, knew that she was the face of the business. And the rest of the family just kind of received dividends, from the profits from the business. Well, she passed away unexpectedly, and the family sought to continue the business, but there was no paperwork designating a successor. So their accounts were locked up. All their assets were frozen because there was no one else who was authorized on paper, even though the people around town knew that it was a family business, to talk to vendors, to, do banking. And so we were able to kind of work that out and then work with each member of the family, because these people all were, in ages over 50 plus, on a succession plan for the business and for them individually, so that their shares would pass on to their heirs.
Yeah, absolutely. And your website, Scherrie, is scherrieprints/appblueprint.com. App Blueprint. Scherrieprints.com/app blueprint. And what does the app Blueprint involve?
Well, that is my asset protection blueprint webinar. And it's an hour where you come in and I actually show you practical tips on how to set up your own estate plan, even without an attorney. Now, I advise everyone to get an attorney because the attorney should stay up to date on things that are current and things that affect you. But in an hour, you can actually walk away from this free training and know how to have a basic estate plan together to protect you and your family.
Yes, sounds like a good idea to get a little bit of clarity. And then if you've got any questions, people can reach out to Scherrie as well. What social media do you dwell on, Scherrie?
The best place to find me is LinkedIn, and it's just Scherrie Speaks with an S, and I'd love to connect with you there.
Wonderful. Well, I've got all of the social media links, hopefully, and URLs in the show notes on YouTube and also on the podcast. So if you want to get in touch with any of our guests, please do so. Thank you for the wonderful Jennifer Blake, Scherrie Prints, and Nedkov. I'm going to wrap things up. Bye, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Julian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.